Stop too.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, Your Excellency. Stop too. Congratulations, Your Excellency.
Gentlemen, congratulations to the president. Having been confirmed by the Supreme Court as the 5-star general. Yes. As the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you. Congratulations, Your Excellency.
We presented the issue of forfeiture as a fine imposed on the second respondent for the proceeds of narcotics and money laundering by the District Court of Illinois. I sat down through, I did not hear it, and I wonder whether that was swept under the carpet or was an oversight, because the lead judgment was detailed on all other issues, and they said all the issues there have been overtaken by event in all our own issues, and I did not hear the issue of the forfeiture. And so that's why I said I disagree respectfully, even though the decision is binding. Yes, it has been laid to rest. The Supreme Court has the authority to interpret the Constitution. It is their prerogative as the arm of government imbued with the power to interpret. That is the interpretation they have given to it, and it is binding on us all. That's what I'm going to say on it.
And to address you and Nigerians today on the outcome of the Supreme Court decision on the presidential election held on February 25th, 2023. Press conference addressed by the Labour Party National Chairman, Barrister Julius Abure, on the outcome of the Supreme Court judgment. The struggles by our founding fathers to build a nation where truth and justice shall reign and a true democracy have been destroyed. It is indeed another sad day for democracy in Nigeria. The leadership of Labour Party watched as the sacred fabric of justice and good conscience was shredded today at the Supreme Court as it delivers its verdict in the case between our party, the presidential candidate, and the APC presidential candidate. We are indeed very shocked and surprised that even the Apex Court will toe the line of an earlier judgment in spite of all the flaws associated with the judgment delivered by the Presidential Election Appeal Tribunal. Having conclusively exercised our fundamental rights as gifted to us by the laws of the land, we have no other choice but to move on. We may be disappointed and dismayed by the outcome of the exercise, but we have chosen to trudge on and to remain optimistic of what the future holds for the nation. We weep for our institutions.
Nigeria is work in progress. Nigeria is.
We've concentrated on pulling Nigeria from the good track of depression. And we understand the sovereignty of the country. You don't need additional distraction to be able to concentrate on building a new economy for the people, an inclusive one for that matter. And the judgment of the Supreme Court put a stop to shenanigans, put a stop to innuendos, put a stop to lies on trial in the media and public take place. The court has demonstrated indivisible commitment to rule of law and humanity, and their commitment to do justice for all Nigerians, regardless ethnic, religion.
Okay, yes, fellow Nigerians. Many of us have followed the judgment today from the Supreme Court that eventually lay every matter to rest and confirms Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of Nigeria. And the big question now is, what next for Atiku Abubakar and of course Peter Gregory Obi? But before we go into what next for these two political gladiators, let me quickly, with all due respect, congratulate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He came out victorious. The Supreme Court has affirmed him as the president of Nigeria against all odds. Came out earlier, today, the day of the judgment, to, of course, express the fears of Nigerians, and those fears, were majorly confirmed because the Supreme Court went ahead and upheld the earlier position and decision and judgment of the appeal court. But as the law states, the Supreme Court is the highest, law-making body of the land, and they have now come out to interpret the Constitution the way they did, to tell us that Abuja 25% doesn't matter, provided you are able to. Abuja, in fact, is treated like other states as far as election matter is concerned, and of course, they were very much silent on the issue of the fraudulent case affecting Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They queried Atiku Abubakar for coming late with all of these revelations that came from CSU in America. And at the end of the day, the summary of it all was that in the eyes of the justices of the Supreme Court, Bola Ahmed Tinubu and of course Atiku Abubakar and of course Peter Gregory Obi's case, lacked merit, and of course they were struck out, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu affirmed as president of Nigeria. And now the question is, what next for Nigeria, and of course what next for Peter Gregory Obi? But before I go into what next for Peter Gregory Obi and Atiku Abubakar, let me quickly state here that we have been on this road for quite a while. Right from before the elections, during the election, after the election, we've been on this road. We spent a lot of time on this road, and at this time, we must now move beyond this road. Whether we like it or not, except, of course, the National Assembly, will impeach the president. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be president of Nigeria for the next 4 years, whether we like it or not. Okay, that is exactly what we have to confront. And the issue now is, we cannot afford to continue with yesterday, particularly as it affects, wherever we stand, the judgments from Supreme Court, the appeal court, all of these processes. We must not look at what is happening. We must look at look at governance. We must look at, the products of the policies and implementations of this particular administration. The high cost of living, the never end in sight of the falling naira against other currencies, the level of insecurity in the country, the unfairness, in the country, and of course if you may, the recklessness of the political class. The National Assembly, like we talked about some days ago, they've just procured some vehicles for themselves to the tune of about 160 million each for each member of the National Assembly. These are reckless situations. Bola Ahmed Tinubu today is running the largest presidential cabinet in the history of this country, and yet it's a country that needs to cut down. And the recklessness is too much. We must now start looking at all of those things. Bola Tinubu went to New York with officials of Nigeria, the Nigerian state, on a world program. And in the space of 5 days, we understand that nearly $1 billion was spent, over 500 million on hotels and every other thing. These are reckless situations, and yet they stand to announce that Nigerians should endure. But so I think these are the issues that we must now start facing. For the first time, I comfortably will call him President of Nigeria. For the first time, comfortably call him President of Nigeria, because every established rules of engagement, have been engaged. You understand what I'm saying now? And he's been confirmed president. Whether we agree with the process or we don't agree with the process, Bola Tinubu is going to be president of Nigeria for the next 4 years. And after 4 years, we start deciding again what happens to this country. Now, for Atiku Abubakar and for Peter Gregory Obi, this is my opinion. You can disagree. Put your comments there if you disagree. If you agree, put your likes there. Share the brokers. We must move on. We must move on. Nigeria must move on. Nigeria must not end on the account of this. And my own postulation is that I really think that somebody like Atiku Abubakar has given his last shot. I think that he should hang the boot. But that is up to him. For Peter Gregory Obi, I want to advise, that Peter Gregory Obi has started a very formidable movement. I think that Peter Gregory Obi should stay with this movement, consolidate this movement in his own party, look at off-season elections taking place in other states and in other parts of Nigeria, whether local government elections, governorship elections, and every other thing, and be involved, to consolidate his own, philosophy, and baptize more Nigerians into his fold. Of a truth, we see that this is a country where if you want to become president of Nigeria, you must start the work for a long time, and you must be in this process for a while, and so I think that Peter Obi has a very good, footnote upon which he can definitely spring from. You understand? And all he has to do is to ensure that he works with other members and leaders of his political party, the Labour Party, to ensure that Labour Party becomes that exemplary party. But at the moment, Labour Party is just like every other party, if it's just by party. Nigerians actually believe in Peter Gregory Obi and not the political party. Probably it is time the people start believing in the political party as well. And work has to be done to start believing in the political party. Probably that will begin to regenerate a new believable future for the Nigerian state. But as it stands, based on what we've seen with PDP, what we've seen with APC, apparently Nigerians are not trusting. They cannot trust these two political parties, particularly APC, with all that has happened and every other thing. If Labour Party must be the new hope, so you understand that Nigerians must walk around, to look at what's going to happen in the next 4 years. It therefore means that a lot of work needs be done, start at this level. So this will be my advice. And for Nigerians, I just want to say, look, we've gotten here. Things are looking very bad. They are going to be worse than this, definitely. They are going to be worse than this. As a matter of fact, my earlier broadcast today, I said, man, Nigeria has enthroned Armageddon, just like, what's it called? First world countries describe Hamas as a terrorist group. You understand what I'm saying? So I really think that so far, 5 months into the administration of Bola Tinubu is not to write home about. As a matter of fact, we have just jumped from frying pan into fire, and there is no end in sight. The hardship is much. Nigerians are dying. Facilities are not there in our hospitals. The roads are bad. And it's very sad to hear even National Assembly members come to say that, yes, they justify the receipt of 160 million for exotic jeep because the roads in Nigeria are bad. And the question is, who is responsible for bad roads in Nigeria? Who is responsible? Who's supposed to fix bad roads in Nigeria? But they say that that is one of the reasons why they have exotic cars, so that they can navigate their constituencies. These are issues now that we must begin to challenge. These are issues that we must begin to confront. Because whether we like it or not, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you know, he has gotten what he wanted. He in fact, he told his aides, you know, laughingly, jokingly, that man, their jobs, you know, are secured, and that's it. You know, for him, that's it. So it's
Of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Congratulations, Your Excellencies. Congratulations.
All our renewal shall come to manifestation.
So for Bola Ahmed Tinubu celebration, for Nigerians, it is reflections, and I believe very much too for Peter Gregory will be. There's so much to reflect on, so much lessons to be learned from what has happened. I spoke to somebody earlier today who told me that a lot of loopholes were left by the lawyers of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and even Atiku Abubakar, you know, that the Supreme Court and the Appeal Court actually exploited. You understand the picture of what I'm saying? Anyways, and I told my response was that no matter what job they would have done, you know, this was the expected result, because for me, this result looks to have been, you know, sorted even before the elections. You understand? They already knew that if things would come to this level, you know, things have been sorted as it were. So whether we wait from here till tomorrow, they are not going to budge. It doesn't matter. They have power right now, and that's it, and that's what matters to them. So Nigerians, this is where we are. We must move on. We must be able to talk about Nigeria. If you go let us go, we go. If you not go let us do, at some point probably that decision will be reached. But for now, congratulations to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Mr. President. We must move on from here. Nigerians, my name is Lamti Ore. I want to thank everybody who has been very enthusiastic. Phase 1 is gone. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president of Nigeria. We move on to phase 2. The issue of nepotism, the issue of excessive waste in government, the issue of corruption, the issue of insecurity, the issue of also these other issues, they become the issues that we must begin to confront head on. You understand? Whether they hear or they don't hear, we will be revealing these issues and be talking about them. My name is Lamti Ore. Stay close to the Comrade Show. Please stay close to the Comrade Show to get some of these very important updates. We're going to do our best to bring you this update as much as possible. Follow us on TCS blog. A lot is going to be happening on TCS blog as the day go by. Just check the description right there on top of my head right now, and be part of a TCS blog, to get these updates, as it were. So Nigerians, now so the matter reach at this moment. I'll see you when I see you. Bye for now. My name is Lamti.
The commercial.